in the wake of being caring parents, it may so happen that parents end up sacrificing themselves for their kids, in the sense that they may end up considering that their needs, as in the parents' needs, are second to the child's need. Now, while there are definitely some practical situations where this is a possibility and a parent needs to do that, if the parent is not self-aware enough, this trait, this self-sacrifice can end up becoming toxic very soon. So the life advice would again circle back to what we talked about quite initially in this video, that the primary responsibility of a parent is to keep working on themselves, to keep becoming more self-aware of their own psyche, their own conditioning, their own mind, so that when self-sacrifice becomes a toxic trait, they can control their actions and they can control how they are acting out in front of their kids and elsewhere too. Now, when I say that self sacrifice becomes toxic, there are a few things that you can quite clearly see. I would want to talk about them to actually help you understand this better. If a parent has sacrificed, has done quite a lot for their kids, it may so happen that the parent may end up expecting the same from the kids when the parent grows old. Now, there's nothing completely wrong with it, but to expect a self sacrifice from someone else can very easily lead to strained relationships, especially these expectations that are not really explicitly said out but are implicitly expected. And there is one more scenario where you can very easily see that this kind of a self sacrifice can become extremely toxic. And that is when your kid enters into a relationship, when your kid ends up having a partner, and you as a parent now expect your partner to exhibit all of those same sort of self sacrificial traits that you raised up your kid with. Now, this is something that Osho, I'm not sure if he used these exact same words, but he does give this idea that the sacrifice that a parent has to do for their kids can turn toxic if the parent is not self aware enough. So, while this entire point was around the topic of self sacrifice, the key life advice from the entire section is for the parent to become more self aware so that they can see whenever these toxic traits are coming up to the surface, and so that they can act despite of these traits, not because of